fire. It's on the... Ah! He made it! Oh my...
Just about set for tip-off between the number 7 Indiana Tech Warriors and the Huntington Foresters, coming off 2 straight losses, looking to get back on track here at home in the beautiful Platt Arena. It's Preston Husband and Brady Gallo alongside our excellent FDN Sports crew. Huntington, a very young team, no seniors. Some of that was shown on their trip to Kentucky where they lost both games, Brady.
Yeah, it has been a bit of a rough start for this group. Darby Maggard headed into her 4th season manning this crew, receiving votes in the preseason, not the start that they would have envisioned, but you are right, it's a young squad, and there's a lot of players who are being thrust into roles who they maybe didn't expect to be in to start the season. I'm thinking of Kendra Sheets, Addie Shank. Both have taken on big roles that they didn't necessarily play in last year. But what I want to emphasize, Preston, to start this season is taking care of business at home. A lot of these teams, a lot of these HU teams seem to play better when they're here at home in Platt Arena. Let's see if the women's basketball team can follow suit.
Of course, it's an excellent new environment, still in the 2nd or 3rd season officially in the finished Platt Arena. There's someone that these Forester fans are really getting accustomed to, and that's Allison Price, a freshman that's off to an excellent start in her career. She didn't shoot it as well in Kentucky, but man, she is off to a great start, and someone that could potentially be a Freshman of the Year candidate in the Crossroads League.
Oh yeah, the cat's out of the bag, sort of, Allison Price. She is a stud player. She's really been everywhere. She's been averaging 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, doing it all. She's a great ball handler. She had a good high school career, won a couple playoff games there. But now she's dealing with some high expectations. People are starting to take note of her hot start, and she's going to have a lot more weight on her shoulders handling the rock. Forester fans expecting her to be that go-to option that we all know that she can be. But like I said, cat's out of the bag. Time to start performing consistently.
She scored in double digits in 3 out of her first 4 collegiate games. She was an 1,000-point scorer in high school. She's going to be matched up against one of the best point guards in the entire country, and that's for Indiana Tech. Number 3, Taylor Covington, coming off WAC Player of the Year honors last season.
Yeah, her stat sheet and her resume just goes on and on. She's the team's returning scorer, leading scorer with 16.5 last game. She was an NAIA 2nd team All-American, won Conference Player of the Year, and was on the All-Defensive team. She can really do it all, but something I want to take note of, Preston, is that she has started every single game since she got here at Indiana Tech. Every game she's played in, she has started, and she has just about improved in every category since her freshman year. She's an all-star player. Super excited to get to watch her play here in Platt Arena here today.
She will play under Jessie Biggs, who has had success after success after success at Indiana Tech. Top 17 again this year. They dominate the WAC each and every season, and Covington's a big reason why. We're about to send it to a break. We'll come back in just a few moments for tip-off between the Warriors and the Foresters on FDN Sports.
Creating an environment.
And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean, efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
Father, we thank you for the opportunity to enjoy this wonderful game of basketball. These two teams have practiced hard, their coaches have strategized, and the fans have gathered to support both of these squads. We ask that you keep them safe. Keep
Hi,
My name's Bob Cayley. I'm a real estate broker with RE/MAX Results in Indiana. I love helping people buy and sell real estate. And I have a buyer's guide and a seller's guide to help people with the process. I'm also a longtime supporter of Huntington University baseball. I love supporting them and rooting them on to victory. If you have any questions about buying or selling, you can contact me at 260-519-1724.
I've been interested in animation since I was really young. Animated movies have always been my favorite.
Heard about it from my dad. He had saw that they're having an animation camp. I told him that I want to go.
So my photography made me interested in working with cameras, and that's what I want to do.
It was a camp that had so much to offer, like everything I was interested in, it was being taught here and stuff.
The knowledge of animation, how it works, and getting better at it so I can pursue my future career.
And I've always just kind of been interested in this for so long, it was like I couldn't really pass it up. And I have learned those things, like professional things, things that I would not be able to do at home.
Some of my favorite experiences were just getting out and talking to people with similar interests, people who are passionate with the same thing that you're passionate with.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Starting lineup for the Warriors.
Back here in Platt Arena and just about ready to start this game between the Indiana Tech Warriors and the Huntington University Foresters. Indiana Tech coming in at 1-0, Huntington at 2-2. Take a look here at the Crossroads League women's basketball preseason poll. Huntington voted in that 4th spot. Initially, Darby Maggard said, I think we should be higher than that, or we want to strive for more than that. That was before the news of Bailey Kellum being injured, still kind of up in the air. It looks like she might miss the entire year. She was preseason first team all honors. That's a big miss, and that's a big reason why the starting lineup has been a little different. Izzy Shepard still out. It's still a young team just trying to figure everything out, and they would love to finish in the top 4 here this season following some of these injuries.
Oh yeah, the expectation's been set, and it's a big blow to have Bailey out for the season, but it's been really cool to watch some of these younger players step up. Allison Price, certainly one that we talked about pregame, who was taking advantage of that opportunity. I'm sure there's going to be more young players getting in this rotation, getting minutes that they maybe wouldn't have. So that's a really cool opportunity that this squad has with Bailey out.
Huntington about to introduce their starting lineup. It's a bunch of familiar faces, even though they're still a young team. It's going to be Kendra Sheets, Kendall Yoakum, Annika Nelson, Allison Price, and Liv Raby. And even though Allison Price was our player to watch, Brady, in her career, 2 games against the Indiana Tech Warriors, Liv Raby is averaging 21.5 points and 9 rebounds. She's played very well against this Fort Wayne school.
Liv Raby is one of the most reliable scorers on this roster. The junior, she'd be playing down low here. She's averaging a double-double so far this season. But one thing I will say about her game is that she needs to work on staying out of foul trouble. She's had a couple games. She's fouled out once, and she only has 1 game under 3 personal fouls. But other than that, I am a huge fan of her, how she works out on the block, forces free throws, she plays physical. She is definitely one of the most talented returners on this roster, and she can be asked to score the ball more, as you mentioned, with Bailey Kellum being out.
Liv Raby got into some foul trouble earlier in this trip to Kentucky, and that's a big reason why Huntington struggled rebounding the basketball. That's been the main emphasis this week in practice, is making sure this team is blocking out and finding ways to defensively rebound. They gave up as many as 17 offensive rebounds on their road trip, and that is something that Coach Maggard wants to clean up. She emphasized that over and over with me yesterday when I spoke with her.
Yeah, it's a good thing you're having these problems early on in the season right now when you're working through some rotational things, not sure who's going to be your backup at the end of the year, who's going to play where. Having those issues now and addressing them now is what you want to do, opposed to when you start the conference season.
We are set and ready to go. It's Warriors and Foresters on FDN Sports. And HU will start with the basketball. It should be a good one here tonight. These two teams have met a lot in the recent history. They're 5-5 in the last 10 against each other. Raby right away trying to keep the hot streak going against the Warriors, and she does with a nice little push shot.
Raby working on goalie right there. Goalie is a fantastic defender, number 21. She came off the bench last season and led the team in blocks and steals. I'm excited to watch that matchup for the rest of the game.
Covington stops and pops, and Raby grabs another rebound. She's been excellent at that through her first 2 seasons, plus 4 games this season.
Run the offense a little bit here, working top of the key.
Kendra Sheets, who does run the offense quite often, has to pick up her dribble. Yoakum, Raby, looking to go right back to work, this time with the left hand.
Liv Raby getting to work early, little scoop shot with the left. She excels at making tough shots, just like we saw right there.
Did we not say she plays well against this Tech team? And there's a foul called on Annika Nelson. She'll pick up her first personal of the night. First for the Foresters here, just a little over a minute into this one.
But that's going to be such an exciting matchup to watch. Raby going up against goalie down low. Raby, as I mentioned pregame, she has been asked to shoulder a bit more of the offensive load, and she's lived up to that billing so far tonight.
Inside, Nelson that time may have got a piece of it. Raby's got another rebound. Huntington looking to take a 6 or 7 point lead. Price drives left. Slams on the brakes. Raby's got the first 4, was looking to go back to that right block. She's got it there now, but it's tapped away and stolen by Moorer.
There's some of that defense right there. Knew that she was trying to get the ball down to her in the post, just intercepts the pass, gets the hand in there.
Covington curls off a screen. It's long. Yoakum grabs it again. This Huntington defense playing very sharply here in the first 2 minutes.
If there is one weakness with this Warriors squad is that they don't excel shooting the jump shot. So I like the defensive scheme that Darby Maggard is working right now. Force them to shoot some jump shots early, and if they start falling, you can go back to that man defense.
Raby missed one. Goalie pushes it ahead, working almost as a point forward, bringing the ball across the timeline. Covington again curls and left it short. It's an offensive rebound for a moment. Covington does get it back. This time knocks in a jumper. Already 4 shots for her in the first 2.5 minutes.
So that's just a bucket you can't afford to give up. You had a couple players around the rim, can't pull down the rebound. And Covington, when she gets an open look like that, she's not going to miss it too often.
Raby has the only 4 for the Foresters. She's the only one to take a shot so far as Nelson back cuts, gets inside, tried to flip it up. Covington yanks it down, and now we'll push it ahead.
That's just a tough shot right there, going for the reverse layup. I see what she was thinking right there, but contested shot, that's not going to be a high efficient look.
Durbin Thomas and goalie. Left side, Madison Weiss. Covington looks for the cutter. It's Moorer again, who falls away. It's in and out, and a good box out by Raby.
Good box out by Raby, but good defense by Annika Nelson right there, defending without fouling.
Nelson puts it on the floor. Tough floater off the back iron. Covington another rebound. Only at 5'7", but she does rebound the basketball extremely well. And Price is called for a foul. That's 2 on Huntington, the first on the freshman.
The Price so far, for the most part, doing a pretty good job defending Covington out on the perimeter. Just gets a bit too far extended right there. Called for the reach in.
First sub of the night for Indiana Tech, it's Avery Collins out of Blissfield, Michigan, a transfer from Concordia. Sadly, another NAIA school that closed their doors. Most of these schools you see will start with their athletic programs and then A lot of these NAI schools are closing in general. You hate to see it. Concordia, one of those, and Wyatt Zepp, who's on the men's team at Huntington University, came from the same school. Covington picks up her dribble, throws it outside to Collins, who we just talked about. She walked with it, and it's another turnover. Huntington's basketball.
That was a good job by Yoakum right there, closing out. Doesn't get up on her feet. See right there. Well, that's not the play right there, but Yoakum did a good job closing up, keeping the hand up, not committing on the shot. Forces her to try to take it to the rim. Gets called for the travel.
Yoakum, again, looking right inside to Liv. She has been busy here early. That time had it swiped away by Moorer. Covington right away gets it across the timeline. Moore right back to work, was blocked by Nelson.
Annika Nelson showing off her defensive savvy right there.
Price, our player to watch, looking to get her first triple to go down. It does not, and it's rebounded on the backside by Madison Weiss.
But I like that possession. Taking a transition three, Liv Raby made the right read, saw the double team coming at her, saw Price open, got it to her in time, shot just didn't go.
Moore falls away from 12 feet, knocks it in. She's coming off 23 points in her first game at Indiana Tech, another transfer from Concordia, who started 27 games last year. So that school shuts down, and Indiana Tech benefits as the Foresters turn it over.
Yeah, I'm sure the Warriors are happy to have her on the roster. Led the team in scoring, as you mentioned, with 23 last time. Definitely excels at putting the ball in the bucket.
Peyton Hartsoe comes in for the first time tonight for the Foresters. Price will take a breather. Looked like there was one change out there as well. It's number 13, Jacqueline Cruz for Indiana Tech. All the way from French Lick, Indiana. Jump shot right in the mid-range again. That is where Indiana Tech's been doing some work. That time, Durbin Thomas starts her scoring.
You see oftentimes teams afraid to take the mid-range shot, especially early in games like this. But the Warriors, they know they're a talented squad. They have the ability to take those and make those.
Back-to-back turnovers, which will take us to our first media timeout. It's 6-4, and when we come back, we'll see if Huntington can get their offensive woes under control.
I saw Forester Camp when I was at school. It said health science, and I'm really interested in medicine.
I was really set on nursing, but I didn't know any else like biology, chemistry, things like that. So health science was able to broaden my spectrum and learn more things in the science world.
It's opened my mind to a lot of things in the medical field. I'm definitely taking away a lot of knowledge that I didn't have before. Also a lot of new friends.
I was also kind of hesitant because I'm an introvert, but I got some new friends.
There isn't just one set biology you can do, from microbiology to biochemistry. So knowing my options is something that I'm gonna take away.
I'm wanting to learn about health sciences and God is all through health. God created all of us. That's pretty freaking cool.
One of the greatest opportunities I've had for my profession in the future.
If you're interested in something, or if you want to go to college, or if you want to make friends, go.
6-4. It's been a little bit of a slow start for the Foresters, but want to show you the stellar freshman we chose as our player to watch tonight, Allison Price from Marysville High School in Ohio. She wanted to come here and play for Coach Darby Maggard because of the freedom of the offense and how fast this Forester team plays.
Yeah, she's definitely done a good job of it so far. I saw actually on her Max Fred page from high school, she said, I love to get to the rim, but I can knock down open shots when it's needed, and she's definitely lived up to that and done exactly that.
Great job by our crew finding some of those videos, as Covington is now just 1 for 5. And another good rebounder in the game right now. Huntington going with 2 bigs. Addie Schenk in the box score for the first time.
Addie Schenk had a couple opportunities in her freshman season last year, and I was really impressed with the way that she played. Glad she's getting a chance here early on in the first quarter.
Thought about taking a rare mid-range jumper. Here goes Sheets, and she misses an easy one. Moore is really starting to rebound the basketball. She's got another.
Did everything right, but put the ball in the hoop.
Wow, no call there as Moore goes right into the chest of Sheets. Strong move from her. She's got 4 points.
Yeah, Sheets might have just been in the restricted area, but Moore uses that strength, pushes her to the side for an easy lay.
Maybe trying to make sure her cutters are moving in the right direction as Sheets has it back. Being guarded by Covington. Huntington just 4 points here. There's a good cut as Yoakum has her first 2.
There we go. Kendra Sheets, another player who came off the bench last year and is now being asked to run the offense. She's doing a good job, gets to her spot in the mid-range, finds Yoakum cutting to the basket.
Left side drive. Sheets again backed off the ball as she's trying to stay in front of the driver. Left side, this Indiana Tech team, you can already tell, very physical. They play extremely hard each and every possession. Moore, again, puts it on the floor, 15-footer, that's long. Shank, her second rebound, will push it ahead.
Indiana Tech's been pretty efficient from the mid-range so far, but if I'm HU, I feel like I let them take those chances. Liv Raby did a good job backing off, protecting the rim, and opposed to allowing them and pressing up on the mid-range jumper.
Sheets trying to give Huntington the lead, and she would have, but she was on the sideline. It's another Huntington turnover. It's still 8-6 Warriors.
There's not a lot of inbounds area here in Platt Arena in the corner, so Sheets just not totally aware of her surroundings, steps out of bounds.
Gabby Ritchie in for the first time. Madison Weiss back in as well, and goalie back in after she had a short break on the bench. What a luxury that Coach Biggs have two really good forwards down low that she can kind of switch in and out. Three-pointer, rattles in and out, and there's goalie right there. Sheets able to track it down, and now she pushes it ahead.
Good job by Sheets cleaning that one up, getting HU a free possession.
Tech team so good defensively each and every year, making it tough on Huntington to get anything easy. And again, knocked away with just 15 on the shot clock. Tackled inside. Goalie takes down Raby. That'll be her first personal.
So we talked about this Indiana Tech team being physical right there. They're setting the tone. Don't think that was anything malicious right there, but message was sent. Liv Raby hits the hardwood.
Yep, they want to be physical with Liv because she came out and it was clear that's what Huntington was going to try to do, is give her the basketball. Yoakum back to Liv, who's got it, will drive in, and it's the second foul in a row on goalie. And right away, back to the bench, Moore coming back in.
So we've seen a couple times HU trying to get Liv Raby that single team matchup top of the key. I keep thinking that she's going to take a three because she has open looks. I think she's trying to get to the basket, she's trying to rip through, but it's going to be a tough matchup for her. We've seen a couple times goalie just denying her at the rim.
You see on the floor now, Brady, without goalie out there, Huntington has a huge size advantage. They've got 6'1" Liv Raby, 6'1" Addie Shank as well, and then Kendall Yoakum out there. Not that she plays inside, but she's also 6 feet tall. There's not a player on the floor without goalie out there that's really even close to 6 feet tall. So Huntington's just trying to establish it inside, and it's early foul trouble for Tech. Three off the screen from Weiss is perfect. First one they've hit from deep. It's 11-7 Indiana Tech.
That's just a good offensive possession right there. Working off the screen, HU not able to battle through it, creates an easy open look.
Artso back cut, shot fake, had an option. Sheets will fire, and that's the first three for HU.
That's sort of a triple option right there. Raby has the option to cut. She dumps it off to Hartsow, who finds Sheets in the corner. A couple different options on that play. Props to Darby Maggard. I'm sure they're working on that in practice almost every day.
Covington off the mark, and she might be coming out of the game as Durbin Thomas will replace her. It's just been a little off night for Covington, and if you see who they're putting on her, it's Peyton Hartsow. She missed most of last year with a leg injury. She was not given a red shirt because she played too many games. She might be the best on-ball defender on this Forrester roster.
She's done a good job, and she is handed a tall task, and she has definitely stepped up to the plate.
Shank, excellent footwork inside. That is the backup big for the Foresters, and she is so talented only as a sophomore.
It's sort of a 1A, 1B situation down low for HU. Shank fills in very well with Raby off the court, but I like Darby Maggard putting them both out there at the same time. Just gives you a lot of different options.
Ritchie just left wide open, 50% so far on the season from three. Better than that now. Yoakum to Raby, didn't get it high enough. It's knocked away, and Sheets went to go touch it, but if she would have let it go, it would have been Forrester's basketball.
Yeah, not sure what she was thinking right there, but that was a great defensive play by Moore. That's an easy bucket. If she doesn't get a hand on that, she prevents HU from tying things up, looking for Raby on the cut.
See Coach Darby Maggard talking to her team on the sideline. We see Lauren Merritt in for the first time, who's got a much bigger role this season, already averaging 5 points per game, 6'4", one of the tallest players in the entire conference. Be guarding Moore, who misses another jumper, and Merritt right away picks up a rebound.
So that's some of the boxing out we talked about in pre-game. Thomas just has a clear shot to the basketball right there. Got to have someone body her up.
Big to big. Shank again creates that with the shot fake. Plays off of 2 feet. Merritt's got her first 2. We're tied up.
It's so fun to watch her improve from her freshman season. She has a big role, and she's taking advantage of it.
Ritchie floats it up and in. She's got a chance for a 3-point play. Oh, no, it's an illegal screen.
Yeah, Addie Shank was initially confused. She wanted a replay on that one.
So they called a illegal screen on Moore.
Player control foul called on number 0.
And so now the refs want to discuss this. I'm not exactly sure. I think one official had another call, and then the official closest to Darby Maggard on the sideline. If we could show the wide replay, I think we've got it here in red on our screen. Kind of see what these officials are discussing. I didn't see one of the other officials with an arm up, so I think it's got to stick with this call. This is what they're looking at. It was a legal screen called on 0, but you can't see her yet. She comes in late right there, and that was the call. So it should just be a turnover in Foresters basketball, I believe.
Yeah, Addie Shank, like I mentioned, initially confused, and for good reason. She thought it was called on the way up, but she didn't even make contact. So I agree with you, should be HU ball here.
So I think that they're still trying to figure out for sure what they're going to decide. And I think the officials might want to come look at it as well. So you see the illegal screen right there. It's before the shot goes in. But that's not even something you can necessarily overturn, because if it's a foul on the floor, there's nothing to argue if that was the only call made, right?
Yeah, I think that's the case, Preston, but I feel like in this situation where, like you mentioned, the refs may disagree with the call or had different calls on the floor, this could just be a unique situation we have here.
So if only one official made a call, my thing is you can only stick with that call because there's no other call that was made. There was no foul on Shank, and they're taking a look at it now. If there was only one foul called on the play, that has to be the result. It's not whether, in fact, the official on the near side or the far side had a and one opportunity. It's one call. So I just don't know how you could overturn this, and we'll see what they decide.
Yeah, refs taking another look at it. HU getting out the huddle. Really nice that we have a couple floor cameras today. We're able to get a close look to that Forester bench.
Still waiting. You can see us over here waiting anxiously, going over some stats. So far, Huntington 6 of 11 from the field, 1 of 2 from downtown. The 6 turnovers have kind of hurt them, but that's still right in this first quarter, Brady. Indiana Tech, they're just 6 of 17, 2 of 5 from downtown, but have done a much better job taking the basketball, just 2 turnovers.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity for HU. Indiana Tech not shooting the ball too well from the field yet. That is the key word, yet. Gotta maybe take a lead here or hang with them. It's 14-14, they're tied. We'll love to see them to get out to a 2-point, 4-point, any kind of possession lead with them being a little cold from the field. You got to be able to create space in situations like this because there's no guarantee that the Warriors won't get hot in the second quarter, third quarter. This is your chance right here if you're HU, in my opinion.
See some of these Forester fans taking in the action so far. It's a top 20 team in Indiana Tech history. This team, or top 20 team, I should say, this season. This Indiana Tech team, we talked about it pregame, Brady. Over their last 200 games in the WAC conference, they are 178-22. Their worst season was 16-6 in 2015-2016. They have just continued to do it over and over again. Jessie Biggs was a phenomenal player at the University of Northern Iowa. She's now the AD over there, and she is really looking to build herself into the Hall of Fame over at Indiana Tech. She's been phenomenal.
Yeah, even if she retired right now today, she would be one of the best coaches in program history. Yeah, and her time at Northern Iowa, she's the all-time leader in games started, so was a fantastic player herself. She's an excellent recruiter, led her team to 30 wins last season. Can't say enough about her as a coach and as a player.
So they're taking a look here at this play. This is what we've been trying to decide. Once again, the call on the floor was an illegal screen on 0. So whether that shot was up or not, I don't think it matters. And they're going to bring the two coaches together with their decision. Right now it's 14-14 with 28.6 seconds left.
Yeah, I'm just a bit confused, Preston, because if that's the, like you mentioned, if that's the call, that's the call. I think what they may be reviewing is that a screen, or is she trying to box Raby out on the shot? I feel like that could be what they're discussing. Was it a box out or was it a moving screen?
Well, and the other thing is what could happen is they could count the basket and the foul came after the play. But again, I don't know. They're going to count the basket. I'll have to do some research on that one. That's one of those odd plays where the shot is up, the foul occurs, and we've seen it in the men's side. There's and one opportunity. Sorry, trying to check with the scores table over here, make sure they knew Richie had the basket. We'll just have to get that explained to us here in a bit, and we'll explain it to you. That's one of the odd ones we don't see a whole lot, Brady. Huntington can hold for the last shot. They can either tie or take the lead. Shank having a great first quarter, wraps around, can't get it to go. Richie to Covington, gonna have to throw up a heave at the half court and can't get it to go. We'll send it to a break. Huntington down 2, battling back here against number 17, Indiana Tech. Back here in Platt Arena, the Foresters and the Warriors, currently a 2-point game. It was really a nice start by the Warriors, and Liv Raby for Huntington, in fact, had them out to a 4-0 start. Tech went on their run. Huntington battles back. What do you think of that first period where Huntington was a little loose with the basketball?
They were a little loose with the basketball. We mentioned turnovers did hurt them, but I like the game plan that Darby Maggart's running right now. Get the ball to Liv Raby down on the post, working on Moyer, working on Goalie. Goalie in some foul trouble right now, which is kind of what you wanted. Raby and Shank are both doing a great job down there. Point guard Sheets doing a good job getting the ball to him, getting them good looks. I like the plan, just need some more execution.
I didn't see a lot of Allison Price in that first quarter. She's in now guarding Covington, and a foul on the defensive rebounding attempt by Raby. That's Kiara Lovelace, excuse me, from Westfield, Indiana. A 6-footer that's in the game for really the first time any meaningful minutes in her entire career, just 7 minutes in her entire career. They're just trying to match up with the size of the Foresters right now, and right away, they get a foul on Liv Raby. Left side, Indiana Tech has been really working the left side of this offense the entire game. Covington, who's had a cold start, works against Price, throws it up top. They're gonna have to fire a shot. and it's blocked. It should have been a shot clock violation, and it is now. Unfortunately, that's one of those plays that it would have been beneficial for Huntington to be able to continue. That is the right call.
Another great defensive possession by HU. I have been very impressed with this group. I've especially been impressed with Allison Price. She has done a great job defending Covington. She goes under the screen right there, forces her into the corner, and makes, if you're HU, you got to make someone else beat you, not Covington. They did a good job of it on that possession.
Price turned it over, and now Tech's running ahead. Another three on the way is short. Shank, her third rebound. Indiana Tech struggling a little bit from behind the arc. Mercer's looking for an option offensively. Still those two bigs out there. You see Indiana Tech just 2 of 6 from downtown. Shank's been the Foresters' best player. It looks like she lost a contact lens as she throws it out of bounds down the court.
Yeah, Shank doing a good job. These Forester bigs are really getting whatever they want down low, cutting to the basket. That was a tougher look right there by Shank, but she gets it to go through some contact.
Rice drops it to Raby. She's 0 for 4 on the season from 3, and there's a foul on Lovelace. That'll be the first on the Warriors here in the second quarter. 8:30 left till half.
Preston, if you can explain this to me, I'm curious why Liv Raby spending a lot of time on the perimeter. They're getting a lot of looks to her at the top of the key, and she doesn't shoot a lot of threes. I feel like that just creates a longer path to the rim for her. Not that she isn't quick and she doesn't have the ability to, but I'd rather see her work down the block and not spend as much time on the perimeter.
I think they're just trying to maybe give space to Shank, who's working so well right now. You see her out, and then Shank's got the room to work, and it's working right now. She's got 6 to lead the way for HU.
HU's big lineup has been working really well. Having Raby and Shank on the floor both times, as I mentioned, gives you some options. So yeah, as you mentioned, Shank has been working really well in space as she gets 5-footer to go.
Covington showing some of her scoring ability. Back to work. Sheets had an open look from about 10 feet. Raby able to keep that pivot foot down, and the bigs right now for Huntington doing all of the work.
Just the tough shot making has been so impressive from Shank and Raby, finishing through contact consistently here tonight.
Huntington 9 for 15 from 2-point range so far. Came in just 43% on the year and shooting much better. Nelson's got her third block. Shank ties it up, and the ball belongs to the Foresters.
Here we go, Indiana Tech. They've struggled to shoot it, but that interior defense of the Foresters has been absolutely smothering as Nelson gets a piece of that one. And HU another free possession with a 2-point lead.
20-18, the Foresters have had just 3 leads so far tonight, their largest being 4. It was right at the start of the game when Raby scored the first 4. And now an offensive foul is called on Kendra Sheets, and it looked to be an illegal screen.
Those are the kind of mental errors that you hate to see, especially when you have a chance to go up by 2 possessions against a great team like Indiana Tech. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them here.
7 minutes left. Again, launched and missed. The cold streak continues from 3-point range, and it heads out of bounds for the Foresters. At this point, I think if you're HU, you're kind of thinking about defending more of just inside that mid-range area. There's a select pair of shooters on this Tech team that you want to avoid giving open looks to, but they haven't shown the ability to knock it down consistently yet.
Yeah, until they force you to, you don't need to respect the 3 right now. No need to respect the jump shot, so I totally agree. Defend the interior, that is what they want to do, and HU's done a great job of it so far as Shank gets a tough take to go.
That was former,
that was Nelson.
No, you're good. Former Fort Wayne standout Concordia. Annika Nelson has her first 2. Moore, really strong move right into Raby again. She is so strong at 5'10", a guard forward going right into the chest of these shot blockers.
She fits so well into this Warrior program, plays extremely physical. It's been a great matchup to watch her and Raby go at it.
Beats using the screen from Liv Raby. Shank up top now. Huntington just doesn't have a lot of shooters out there right now, and it's thrown on the backside by Raby and taking away the 7th turnover for Huntington. 3-pointer on the way from Weiss is off the mark. Shank, another rebound. She's going to be pushing towards a double-double here in the first half.
Yeah, a lot of easy boards right now. Indiana Tech taking a lot of threes. Normally that's a look you don't want to give up, but Indiana Tech has not been shooting it well.
Good backdoor cut by Sheets, and she is going to shoot some free throws. Chance to put Huntington up 3-4. Take a look at the replay here. It looks like it was called on number 13, Jacqueline Cruz. While we get the chance, Brady, we want to let everyone know, whether you're just a basketball fan, Indiana Tech fan, or Huntington fan, you can leave a comment in our YouTube section. We'd love to know where you're watching from tonight, who you're watching. And Brady and I and the rest of the FDN Sports crew like to say hello as Sheets knocks in her first 73% on the season. This FDN Sports crew has just been so good, Brady. It's all students besides myself. Our graphics have gotten so much better. Camera work, it's been fun working with this crew so far this season. Three-pointer is good by Richie. She's kind of been the hot hand off the bench.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. Richie, if she's going to be the player that gets it going, I'm sure she's going to find herself playing a few more minutes here tonight, as I believe that's her second three she's gotten so far this first half.
Sheets turns and shoots a short jumper. It's tipped out of play by Moorer, and it'll be Huntington's basketball. Some of that size again hurting Indiana Tech.
So HU going to go with an inbound play right here. Still tie game. I've been impressed with how this HU team has defended. Very low scoring game. That's sort of what they want to do, and they've executed it well.
Price and Nelson can't connect again. That's just been a little loose from the freshman guard so far this season. She's averaging 4 turnovers per contest. She's already got a couple tonight. You see Coach Maggard switching her out with Peyton Hartsoe.
Yeah, and that's something she'll learn from. You want to put the ball right on the chest there to Nelson. Don't want to force her to make a one-handed grab. That's a giveaway right there.
Richie, who's so far shooting it the best with 6 points for Indiana Tech, throws it over to Covington. Thought about another long two. Now they're going to work it inside. Lovelace, good cut, and right at the rim, in and out. A miss there by Cruz. Coach Biggs arguing for a foul. She may have had a point. Yoakum, who's trying to get the three ball going, finally rattles one in. She was struggling so badly to start this year, but she is too good of a shooter for those struggles to continue.
How about Annika Nelson going coast to coast, pulls down the board, takes it in transition, and finds the open man in the corner.
Trying to run Richie off screens, and now it's up top for Cruz. Right side Covington will work against Hartsoe. Talked about her defensive ability on ball. Raby tips it to herself. She's got another rebound, already 5.
You got numbers, get going.
Cheats to Hartsoe, who fires a 3. That's off the mark. There's Yoakum, and she's fouled on the backside. Huntington will keep possession. And that should take us to our next media timeout. When we come back, Huntington will have it under their own basket, up 3 on FDN Sports.
I've been interested in animation since I was really young. Animated movies have always been my favorite.
Heard about it from my dad. He saw that they're having an animation camp. I told him that I want to go.
So my photography made me interested in working with cameras, and that's what I want to do.
It was a camp that had so much to offer, like everything I was interested in, it was being taught here and stuff.
The knowledge of animation, how it works, and getting better at it so I can pursue my future career.
And I've always just kind of been interested in this for so long, it was like I couldn't really pass it up. And I have learned those things, like professional things that I would not be able to do at home.
Some of my favorite experiences were just getting out and talking to people with similar interests, people who are passionate with the same thing that you're passionate with.
Back in, it's a 3-point lead for the Foresters. They are winning this second quarter by 5 so far. 4:17 left in this first half, and it's really been the Liv Raby show. This is a team that she consistently has played well against. Told you, coming in, averaging 21.5 and 9 rebounds. She's on pace tonight with 7 points and 5 rebounds already.
The offense has definitely run through her here tonight. The offense stops and goes with how she's doing.
She's had an excellent season so far. 10.8 points per game while averaging 10 rebounds. So a double-double is her average so far. Good pass inside. Yoakum catches, missed the bunny. Nelson looked to be fouled, and they're going to let him play.
A lot of contact right there, and an open look by Yoakum. That's a tough one. You hate to miss. But yeah, surprise, no whistle there.
Three-pointer from Richie. It's off the mark. Yoakum pulls it down, and pushing ahead are the Foresters. Nelson, who's playing more of a point forward tonight, dribbles into the lane, back cut, Yoakum to the rim, gets it to roll.
Liv Raby doing a great job. Sort of criticized her play down the perimeter, but she's doing a great job running the offense, finds the cutter, hits her in stride with a bounce pass.
Huntington comes and gets it at the top of the key. She'll work to her left. Raby stays straight up, but Covington's so crafty. Over 1,000 career points, and you can see why she was an All-American last year.
Yeah, the jump shot hadn't exactly been working for her here tonight, so she goes back to the old bread and butter. She is excellent at getting to the rim. She gets an easy look for herself right there.
Hartso, another back cut. That time it was tipped away by Indiana Tech. I want to say hello to a couple people in the comments tonight. Elena Norton, of course, cheering on Brady Gallo. You see the replay here. It stays with Huntington. 15 on the shot clock. And then Indiana Tech is being warned currently for a flop. It was Richie who shot the last three. And then also want to say hello to Allison Price, Uncle John, watching the game tonight. Of course, Allison, our player to watch. Going to be a really great player. Hasn't had the start she'd like tonight, but man, she was phenomenal in her first few games.
Oh, yeah.
Nelson drives again, strong move. That one just didn't go all the way down, and it's yanked out of there by Avery Collins. Moore stays aggressive, gets Nelson in the air. That soft touch is so good right in the painted area.
Yeah, soft touch, great footwork, going coast to coast. Moore making things happen.
Sheets being guarded hard here by Collins. That's something else Huntington worked hard on this week, handling pressure as they get into their offense. Nelson stays aggressive, rebound fought for. Covington has another one. She's up to 4 on the night.
Nelson did everything right there. Got by Moore. Easy chance. As that's going to be HU ball. Yoakum, active hands, pokes out of bounds.
So Yoakum is a guard. She plays a lot of perimeter defense, but she is long. She is extremely tall at 6 foot, 6'1". We know her as a shooter, but the way that she has played defense this year has really taken a step up.
Yeah, she has been a fantastic 3-and-D player for this HU team. And as I mentioned, those active hands, she has gotten so much better on the defensive side of the ball.
Richie just keeps lighting it up from downtown. She's really been their only player. 40% on the night, make it 50% now, which is what she shot in her first game. She has just been lights out. Raby blocked, Lovelace takes it away.
You got to think that three-pointer by Richie. Now this Indiana Tech offense is sort of getting things going here. HU's got to stop the bleeding.
Covington, strong move, but missed it again. Raby already 6 rebounds, and Sheets pushes it ahead.
Hartsow doing a great job defending Covington, not giving her any easy looks.
Sheets missed it, got it back. She's fouled on the floor. And that is 4 on Indiana Tech. Of course, on the women's side, it's the 5th foul in the quarter. See the replay here. Sheets going strong and does well to get right back at it.
For a player of her size, she only stands at 5'6". Kendra Sheets is absolutely fearless when it comes to driving in the paint, and she forces contact right there.
Moore's called for the forearm push, and Nelson's going to shoot some free throws.
Annika Nelson, she only has 2 points tonight, but I've been very impressed with how she's played this season. And coming off a solid sophomore campaign, I'm sure HU fans are expecting bigger things from her this year. I love the way that she shoots the ball. I would love to see her shoot it more. She's been shooting about 4 a game to start the year. I don't think she has any tonight, but really excited for her future as an HU basketball player.
It's the first free throw to go so far on the season, right around 71%. Just done an excellent job getting better and better with each season. As Nelson misses that one, it's going to be rebounded on the backside. She's shot the ball at a career-high clip so far this season. That could take this offense to the next level, especially with the absence of Bailey Kellum. Huntington just 3 of 6, 50% at the charity stripe here in this first half. Covington drives against Nelson. Ritchie, great catch with her right hand. 10 on the shot clock. Taylor Covington, the playmaker of this offense, trying to get a shot up. It's heaved off the rim and rebounded by the Foresters, and a chance to run. Akers, a three on the way. That's off the mark. Nelson fights for it, rebounded by Lovelace again.
I like the transition look right there. HU trying to get a lead going into the half, but now Tech can't hold for the last shot, but only have a couple seconds left for HU.
Yep, Coach Biggs wants to slow it down, try to get a quality look here and extend this lead before the halftime break. Covington has 6 points, but she is just 3 of 13 from the field.
Done a great job defending her here.
Back to work. She goes right at Raby, high off the glass, rebounded by the Foresters. Up ahead, Hartsoe has it. She'll pull at the buzzer, nearly bank it in, and Sheets doesn't get it off in time. Huntington down by 1, and we should have Coach Darby Maggard joining us here in just one moment. Her team down by 1, and now Coach Darby Maggard on the headset following a 30-29 lead at the half. Coach, your team did an excellent job guarding Taylor Covington, just 3 of 13 in that first half, 3 of 14 make it with that last attempt. What do you see out of your team defensively that kept you around in the first half?
Yeah, I thought they did a pretty good job on her, obviously. That kid's a heck of a player, and we've got to make it a key to stop her again, obviously in the next 20 minutes, because she can get hot at any moment, but I am proud of their effort in the first half. They executed well.
Your identity since you've been here is shooting the basketball. Without Bailey Kellum here in the first several games, it's kind of changed a little bit. You go with 2 bigs, and they played extremely well in that first half. What did you see out of Shank and Liv Raby playing together for the first time in a little bit?
Yeah, I thought Addie, throughout the course of this entire year, has done a phenomenal job of coming in and giving us great minutes. She's shooting an incredible percentage from the floor right now, but it's because she's taking great shots and she's just super confident, and she's very versatile as a player. And so she's doing a really good job. And then, yeah, I think Liv is doing what she's always done, which is be very, very efficient, draw a lot of attention for defenses, and then she's doing a really good job right now also of we need her to kick it a little bit more, but she's starting to find our open shooters on the perimeter.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for joining us. Good luck the rest of the way. Coach Darby Maggard following a 30-29 score. It's Indiana Tech ahead. Got the new camera right on us, Brady. We're having some fun tonight. It was a very fun first half. We're going to send it to a break. When we come back, we'll have 20 minutes of basketball to see if Huntington can get their first ranked win of the season on FDN Sports.
Hi, my name's Bob Cayley. I'm a real estate broker with RE/MAX Results in Indiana. I love helping people buy and sell real estate. And I have a buyer's guide and a seller's guide to help people with the process. I'm also a longtime supporter of Huntington University baseball. I love supporting them and rooting them on to victory. If you have any questions about buying or selling, you can contact me at 260-519-1724.
of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
To me, Forester Camps is learning new things.
Definitely a lot of fun.
To me, Forester Camps is a great experience.
A great way to explore different opportunities.
There is a lot of really cool activities and opportunities you can get here. It's really informative on how college actually is, and the people are really nice.
Something that everybody can find something that interests them.
All the professors, all the faculty, they're intentionally welcoming to us.
You learn a lot here and you learn it well.
It was a camp that had so much to offer, like everything I was interested in, it was being taught here, and it was like I couldn't really pass it up.
And it's fun too. It's something that like people can be engaged in and have a great time, but also still learn life lessons and lessons about the Bible.
Super fun, but also super educational. Like they took the education process and made it fun.
To me, Forester Camps is making new friends.
I hoped that I would be able to make more friends who have not really been around much.
I was also kind of hesitant because I'm an introvert, but I got some new friends.
Some of my favorite experiences were just getting out and talking to people with similar interests. People who are passionate with the same thing that you're passionate with.
To me, Forester Camp is fellowship. To me, Forester Camps is getting to be a home away from home, I guess.
Great way to experience life here at Huntington University.
You meet a lot of different people either from all over the world or here at campus. A lot of different backgrounds, a lot of different personalities, and I think that's a really good opportunity.
To me, Forester Camp is like engaging.
To me, Forester Camps is amazing.
A great opportunity to learn about what you want to pursue in life.
A space to learn new things in a safe environment. Inspiring.
A good look in on the real college experience.
You don't really have anything to lose by coming to the camp. I think a lot of people are scared to take that risk. I could promise you that you wouldn't be bored or not have a good time here.
Something only happens one time in the universe. It never happens exactly the same. So you better take your opportunity while you can.
To me,
Forester Camps is
There's a lot of different opportunities with a little bit of Jesus mixed in.
I've been interested in animation since I was really young. Animated movies have always been my favorite.
Heard about it from my dad. He saw that they're having an animation camp. I told him that I want to go.
So my photography made me interested in working with cameras, and that's what I want to do.
It was a camp that had so much to offer, like everything I was interested in, it was being taught here and stuff.
The knowledge of animation, how it works, and getting better at it so I can pursue my future career.
And I've always just kind of been interested in this for so long, it was like I couldn't really pass it up. And I have learned those things, like professional things that I would not be able to do at home.
Some of my favorite experiences were just getting out and talking to people with similar interests, people who are passionate with the same thing that you're passionate with.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Forester Camps is making new friends.
A great way to explore different opportunities.
Great way to experience life here at Huntington University.
I looked into OTA and it looked like a lot what I wanted to do, but I still wasn't really sure like what all it was.
But I did know that I did want to be in the medical field, but I don't really have a stomach for blood. This was a different way to be able to help people like physically, but not have to open them up.
Since it's a smaller place, everyone knows each other, you know, they can invest time in each other.
This would be a great way to learn about it and see what it is.
So I saw how life-changing that can be, and it made me want to do that.
I saw Forrester Camp when I was at school. It said health science, and I'm like really interested in medicine.
I was really set on nursing, but I didn't know any else like biology, chemistry, things like that. So health science was able to broaden my spectrum and learn more things in the science world.
It's opened my mind to a lot of things in the medical field. I'm definitely taking away a lot of knowledge that I didn't have before. Also a lot of new friends.
I was also kind of hesitant because like I'm an introvert, but I got some new friends.
There isn't just like one set biology you can do, from microbiology to biochemistry. So knowing my options is something that I'm gonna take away.
I'm wanting to learn about health sciences and like God is all through health. Like God created all of us. That's pretty freaking cool.
One of the greatest opportunities I've had for my profession in the future.
If you're interested in something, or if you want to go to college, or if you want to make friends, go.
Back here and just about set for the second half between the Indiana Tech Warriors and the Huntington Foresters. Going to show you some stats and give you a quick stat recap from that first half. Very tightly contested game. You see Indiana Tech 13 of 36, just 36% from the field. 4 3-pointers made on 13 attempts. No trips to the charity stripe. Most of that because Indiana Tech was taking a lot of jump shots, Brady. 2 steals, 3 assists, 4 turnovers. So they played pretty clean, just didn't shoot it real well. On the other side of things, Huntington shot it better, but they didn't play real clean. So it was kind of a battle of two different teams struggling at two different things.
Yeah, I would say not the cleanest first half from both teams. You kind of touched on it. But the most important stat, I would say, is Indiana Tech's three-point shooting. This is a team who wants to shoot the ball well from three, as any other team would. But we saw this in the men's game, the last men's game here at Huntington University. HU could not get anything going from three in the first half. Second half, they turned things on. So this game is very much not out of reach for Indiana Tech. They can get things going from three. Don't bank on them staying cold. HU's going to have their hands full in the second half.
So the last time that these two teams met, they played an incredibly close game. I should say here in Platt Arena. It went to overtime. It was Liv Raby's debut, and man, it was a fun one on FDN Sports. As you see, Huntington and Indiana Tech very close at the halftime break. That was really our first season in the new Platt Arena. Ended up going to overtime. Huntington had a chance to win. Indiana Tech had a chance at a buzzer beater. Huntington ended up falling by just a few possessions, but man, that was the first time we saw this whole core together. Freshmen at that time, juniors now with Bailey Kellum, Kendall Yoakum, Hartsoe, and Liv Raby, Annika Nelson. They really showed what they were made of in that game. Of course, Gabi Melby, who's now the grad assistant, taking the ball to the basket right there and scooping it off glass. That was a fun group, and that was just the beginning with this group.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure HU fans are hoping that they don't have something like that, something that's not as stress-inducing, hopefully come out with a more decisive win. But yeah, every time these two teams face off, it seems just to get a little chippy, seems to be close, and we've seen that so far. Indiana Tech maybe has a bit more talent on their roster. They're highly touted in the preseason rankings, 30 wins last season, but HU scrapping, staying with them here. I've been impressed with the way both teams have played in this first half.
Typically, two very good offensive teams didn't have their best first half shooting the basketball. It's really going to come down to what Coach Maggard said. She needs Liv Raby to maybe start finding some of these shooters after getting the ball in on the block. This Huntington team launches threes at a historic level. They only shot 6 of them in the first half, knocked down 2. We saw Kendall Yoakum make one. Maybe that's the player that Huntington can finally get going after the slow start, because we do know how good of a shooter she is.
Yeah, Yoakum is definitely a reliable option to knock down some open threes. And with them not taking too many in the first half, the way I view that is that's another card that HU has to play in the second half. They did a great job cutting to the basket, but now if they have some opportunities with some open looks, Liv Ravy, she's going to have to find them. She's going to be running the offense. You're going to have to find those open cutters coming off screens. I think that's just another option that HU has in the second half that they can use to their advantage.
I want to say hello to a few more fans in the chat. And the fans getting ready to take in. That's Coach David Lewis, old women's soccer coach who won a couple of national championships at the school that he was before Huntington. Always good to see him. Nolan Walker's watching from Southern Indiana. He says hello and great shot production. We know who that is. Saying let's go Foresters. Saying hi from Central Huntington, which must be HU's campus. I don't know if it's in the center, but right now we're pretty central with the score. 30-29, just about a 30-second break here before we get going. I think Huntington will continue to pound this ball inside, but Brady, it is going to be crucial for them to start knocking down threes at a higher percentage, because that is one of the sole focuses of Darby Maggard-ran offenses.
Yeah, and it's such a privilege tonight, the offense to sort of run through the bigs. Shank, Ravy, they've been the heart of this offense, but HU, that's not really going to be their identity, I would say, every night. This is a three-point shooting team who has the privilege of having two very talented bigs who have played well here tonight and have really run the offense for the most part.
Just about set for the third quarter. They have 15 seconds up on the clock, so they're going to fix that to 10. There we go. And now just about set and ready to go. 1 point game, number 17, Indiana Tech, trying to move to 2-0. Huntington trying to get back over 500 following an 0-2 road trip. Jaden Golian for the first time in a while with that foul trouble, and they're glad to have her back right to the rim.
Yeah, it's just too soft a defense right there. She comes off the screen. Too much space down low. Goalie's going to make that every time.
Drawn up right before the break came to an end. And that's Coach Biggs showing what she can do with the clipboard. This one's taken away as Moore pushes ahead. Tries a Euro step and a good move right against Yoakum. She's been phenomenal in transition.
Yeah, what a swing right there. Pokes it away from Raby, puts it on the floor, goes coast to coast. Moore, 12 points so far.
It's kind of what Coach Maggard was talking about with Liv. She played well in the first half, but she's got to start passing out of some of those situations.
I would agree. Just being more decisive. Ball hits your hand. You see the double team coming. Who is open? Just making that decision just a tad bit quicker.
Sheets, good find to Yoakum. Coming into tonight, Brady, Yoakum had taken 37 shots. 33 of them were threes. She's taken more two-point attempts tonight than she had the whole season.
Yeah, she sort of flipped the script, and I think that's sort of throwing Indiana Tech off. They're guarding her in the corner, not expecting the backdoor cut, and that's been really working well for her here tonight.
Moore, strong move again. She is just dominating inside as she's up to 14 points.
Yeah, Moore is having herself a night here. She's got 14 so far, working with 2 fouls, but she has been outstanding down the block.
Just saw 41% from 2 for Indiana Tech so far tonight, as Price has to swing it up top to Nelson. Yoakum again, dribbles and crosses over and drives and misses one this time at the rim. Covington pushes it ahead.
Raby's sitting on the top of the key. I think that's an opportunity where you can cut to the basket. You see that double team. Yoakum's being double cut. Hopefully Yoakum can find you. That could have been an opportunity for an easy lay.
Moore at it, tipped away by Sheets. Stopped the drive. She's got it right back and goes baseline. Lost possession. Sheets yanked it away.
Good job there by Sheets. Active hands, pokes it away from Moore. Gonna try to go coast to coast here, off glass. Good take by Sheets.
We haven't really seen her be all that aggressive in the offense, but there, perfect move, good balance, and kissed it off glass. So you see Huntington now 14 of 31, 45%, higher than their season average so far. But again, not shooting as many threes. As it's a foul on the Foresters. It's a second on Price. And Avery Collins will check back in. We still haven't seen Price score yet, so we'll see if she can come up with some big buckets down the stretch.
Yeah, she hasn't been asked to shoot too many jump shots here tonight, but she definitely has the ability to score the basketball when she gets a chance.
Goalie right back to work, and again, these bigs putting their head down, driving into the shot blockers and making some tough shots.
And she looked quick on that one. As soon as the ball hit the floor, got through that triple option, got on Raby's hip, create a good look as Raby responds right back with a 2 of her own.
Yep, Liv right back at her, established that deep position and scores again. And now Yoakum comes up with the steal, but was unable to stay in play. Bigs in this game have just been phenomenal. There's really been one guard that stood out, that's Gabby Ritchie. But man, Huntington has just done a great job getting the ball inside and establishing the paint presence from almost everyone.
Yeah, it's been really fun to watch. The matchup, it's a Moore, goalie, Raby, Shank. Those are the players who have really shined here. Covington obviously plays in the backcourt, has had a bit of quiet night. It's been a show for the big men here.
Left side, Weiss cutting. Covington gets another one to go. She shot it very poorly in the first half, but everyone knows a player of her caliber will keep it going and keep shooting when she has a chance.
Yeah, it's sort of only a matter of time with a player of her caliber. Don't want to get her going right now if you're HU.
Nelson tried to find a cutting Yoakum. It's a foul on goalie again, I believe.
Yeah, that pass was just a bit behind her. Yoakum has been very smart, choosing her opportunities when to cut. Right there, pass just not quite in stride. Whistle's blown.
It's her third foul. She will have to take a seat again, and she's been good since this second half started, already 4 points.
And she took a seat early. She only collected 2 quick fouls, but I think is what allowed HU to get out to an early lead.
Sheets, an open 3 is short, and it's rebounded by Collins as she tries to push it ahead for Indiana Tech. They're up 5. Moore again knocked away, this time Nelson, who's averaging over a steal per game.
HU been playing some smothering defense right now, loving the way that they're poking the ball out without fouling.
That's another foul, this time on Collins, the second on Indiana Tech. It'll be Forrester's basketball on the sideline. Here's a look at that last replay. Collins didn't feel like she was the guilty party, but is whistled for her first. Raby had a cutter. Nelson for a moment. Sheets drives to her right, stops and pops and hits a little 10-footer.
Sheets, I've been very impressed with the way that she's been able to drive inside here tonight. But that time, stops herself, takes a little mid-range jump shot, nothing but net.
Indiana Tech trying to get Covington back to work. It sure looked like she took an extra step, but able to keep that pivot foot down. Now she drives in and gets to the left side, throws it off glass, another tough bucket.
Covington right there, that she is familiar with working through contact, gets that one to go with the left hand.
19 of 42 from the field for Indiana Tech so far. Shank gets inside, swings it to the corner. It's Sheets who's long again. Three-pointers just not finding the bottom for HU right now.
And that's gonna hurt a lot. Indiana Tech's been better of defending their bigs here in the second half. That three-point jump shot's gonna need to get going at some point.
Covington takes a quick shot into the shot clock there. Comes up empty on that possession. The next stoppage will take us to our first media timeout of the second half. Nelson faces up, spins, tosses up a tough one. And if you can't make a three, you might as well take a trip to the line for three.
What a great job by Annika Nelson, working her way through contact. She was being double teamed right there. I was getting ready to say that she should just dish that one out, but she says, no, I'll just finish this one myself, head to the line for a chance at the three-point play.
When we come back, we'll see if Annika can finish it. Right now, it's the Warriors by 3 on FDN Sports.
To me, Forrester Camps is amazing.
To me, Forrester's Camps is cool.
To me, Forrester Camps is a great experience. I've always had just like a genuine interest for art, and our art teacher was like passing out flyers and stuff.
And I saw that my other friends were going to do it, so I got interested in it as well.
This is my first college trip, so I didn't really know kind of what it's like to be in college.
College really isn't as scary as I thought it would be. Definitely go. There is a lot of really cool activities and opportunities you can get here.
Try to get yourself involved. Try to talk to other people who are like at the camp as well. Talk to like your hosts and stuff.
I mean, there's no reason not to go. I mean, you get out of school, you get to come here.
It's really informative on how college actually is, and that the community here is really great.
Welcome back to Platt Arena. We want to tell you that you can follow us on social media, more specifically Instagram at FDN Sports. We've got a lot of coverage on there of all of our athletic teams. See bowling getting their season started, men's golf, women's golf is on there somewhere, the men's basketball team. Our crew does a phenomenal job covering the athletes and making it a lot of fun for them as well. Getting ready to come out for Nelson's attempt at a three-point play, and she gets the friendly home roll to make it a two-point game. Our students do an excellent job creating these fun Instagram videos and pictures of our athletes, and it translates to the big video board here in Platt Arena as well.
That's very cool to see.
A rare missed three there by Ritchie, who's had the hot hand from deep for Indiana Tech. Sheets will regroup with 17 on the shot clock. Indra can't find any space, but Raby's got a big size advantage, had it knocked away inside, and now 7 on the shot clock. Shank catches, collects, and scores. We're tied.
That just sort of seemed like a broken possession from the beginning. Press and HU, though, going back to what's been working here tonight. Shank down low, using the footwork to get that one down the net.
Great defense there by Sheets to stay in front of the driver. Moore missed one of her rare short jump shots. Shank pulls it down. Huntington a chance for the lead. Raby running and is fouled by Covington, and she'll have 2 chances at the line.
Good job there by Sheets. Finding the open player down court. Raby goes up. Can't work her way to the contact, but she'll have a chance at 2 at the charity stripe.
First foul on Covington. Raby has not shot it with the same efficiency that she did from the charity stripe last year. For how tall she is as a women's basketball player, she has been excellent from the charity stripe in her career. Last season, over 80%. So far this year, just 64.
That was one of the biggest strengths of her game, I would say, last season. Not off to the start that she would want at the free throw line, but still certainly has that ability. That's what made her such a dangerous player. She would get downhill. She's okay working through some contact because she has the confidence that she's able to knock things out, and she goes 2 for 2.
And she's going to get a well-deserved rest as Lauren Merritt will come in to match the size of Raby. And Huntington so far 6 of 9 from the free throw line with a couple of makes in a row now, make it 3 straight from the charity stripe. Three-pointer again on its way. It's in and out. And the shooter, Ritchie, has missed her last 2.
That's big. Ritchie's gone cold. This is a big opportunity for HU.
Nelson, good job stopping there before running into trouble, but Hartsoe throws it away. It's picked up by Durbin Thomas. Ritchie up top, Covington. Right side, Lovelace. Doesn't get a lot of playing time, a redshirt freshman. Goalie against Merritt. Back to the right side, this is Thomas. Ritchie trying to work off a screen. This time a 2-point jump shot is good.
Yeah, just a little bit late to rotate up there by Merritt. As you mentioned, one of the tallest players in the conference. Maybe want to get up there. I guess she's headed to leave the paint, but maybe want to go up there to help.
Back-to-back careless turnovers, and then a foul on the other side as goalie will have a trip to the free throw line. Those last 2 possessions, just head scratchers for the Foresters. First Hartsoe, and then Nelson threw it straight to the defender.
I feel like the HU has had plenty of opportunities to sort of seize the momentum or get out to a lead that's bigger than 1 possession, but they just haven't been able to get the job done. And that's a lot of credit to the Warriors defense. They've had an answer no matter what the score is. And they're sort of leaning on their star players. Covington hasn't had the night that she would have wanted, but she has still been very productive. She's got 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 10 points.
Goalie off the mark there, just a 43.4% free throw shooter last year. She's 50% on this trip, and she puts her team back ahead. I want to say hello real quick to Shelly Biggs, assuming some relation to Coach Biggs to our left, watching the Indiana Tech Warriors all the way from Iowa tonight. Thanks for tuning in to FDN Sports. A foul inside. Loveless is whistled. I think that's going to put Huntington in the bonus. They'll shoot free throws the rest of the way.
Oh, there's just a couple mental mistakes have been made here on these past couple possessions, really by both teams, which in my opinion has allowed this game to be so close. HU or Indiana Tech haven't been able to get out to an arm's length lead.
So Loveless has not played all that many minutes, but she's got 4 fouls now. And the size of Huntington has just put a couple of these bigs for Indiana Tech in some foul trouble as Merritt drops it in.
Merritt is another player who Coach Darby Maggard is certainly going to be expecting more out of. We know that she loves to play her bigs, and Merritt, certainly one of the taller players on the floor right now, will be expected to take on a bigger role.
A 50% average you just saw went up a little bit. A 2-for-2 trip. Huntington back in front. Feels like a classic Indiana Tech Huntington matchup again. Tight here, getting close to the 4th. Moore back to work, and it's a foul on Shank, I think. We will see. Yeah, it will be Shank. And that's her second. It is the 3rd on Indiana Tech.
Moore just works so well. It's almost like she's running downhill. She is so quick and so strong. Forces contact right there and a whistle.
There she is again, and she's fouled again, this time by Merritt. And this time it's going to be free throws.
HU fans not happy with the call. Looks like we're going to get another look at it right here.
Wow, that is all ball, as they would say. That's a tough one. Moore doesn't get it to go, and as the old saying goes, ball don't lie.
I was just about to say, took the words out of my mouth, Preston.
Couple of tough whistles on both teams, really.
Yeah.
And as physical as this game has been, as there's an offensive rebound from goalie, Covington got inside, swings it out, 3-pointer on its way, is off the mark, another offensive rebound.
Gotta body someone up. HU's had some trouble boxing out here tonight. These issues continue to prevail here in the third quarter.
They turn over Covington, though, 46-45. Huntington can kind of take one of those swings that they haven't been able to tonight with the lead and 90 seconds left. 3-pointer is good from Addie Shank, who is 4 of 5 in her career from downtown.
Yeah, she rarely ever shoots the 3, but gets an open look and hits the biggest shot of the night for the Foresters.
Moore hands it off. Covington bounces it inside. It's Moore again, and it's a foul on Merritt, as Moore will head back to the free throw line. He was just 0 for 2. That one a little more clear.
But good job, in my opinion, by Merritt right there. Make Moore earn her points. You have a size advantage. Don't make things easy on her. She went 0 for 2 in her last visit. So I don't mind the foul right there if she misses her first shot.
And Moore just came in 2 today, shooting 3 of 5 from the charity stripe. She's 0 for 3 tonight. Moore back up and off the mark, 0 for 4, and then tipped out by goalie. Huntington, their largest lead of the night, tied for it, and they've got the ball with 1:12.
I think that might be the approach HU takes for the rest of the game. Merritt, she has 2 fouls already, but Moore, who has been so successful down low, is 0 for 4 from the free throw line right now. So I say, if you're Coach Darby Maggard, tell your bigs, hey, if she has an advantage on you, if she's coming to the rim, don't be afraid to foul her. Make her earn her points at the free throw stripe.
Huntington wants to be aggressive here going to the rim as well, Brady, because they'll shoot free throws on every foul here the rest of this third quarter, given only a minute left. Shank coming off that 3-pointer, drives inside, spins around, Moore has it. If you're Sheets, maybe think about fouling, and she does, and it's gonna send her to the line.
HU, not a lot of players in foul trouble. That's only Sheets' second foul. Hartzau has 0. Yoakum has 0. You have a lot of players with fouls to give. I'm not sure if that was intentional by Sheets, but if it was high IQ play.
On that situation, you want to make sure you foul hard enough in an appropriate basketball play to make sure an and one's not possible either. That time she gets it to go. Now 1 of 5 from the free throw line tonight is more. Free throws are just such a mental thing. Even 88, 90% free throw shooters, once they miss a few, it just sits in the back of your head. Now she's 1 for 6, so you trade that foul for a layup. Huntington trying to get back in one of these sets. Yoakum floats it. Merritt is fouled, and that's going to be free throws for Lauren again.
I think a missed opportunity by Yoakum right there. Dumped it off, but I think she had a pat to the rim right there, but Merritt's going to be happy shooting 2 from the stripe.
Huntington so far tonight has shot it better at the free throw line, 8 of 11. Indiana Tech just 2 of 8. Merritt 3 for 3 now from the free throw line. What a surprise she's been. She played on the JV team most of the year last year, dealt with some injury. 6'4", though, you just don't see a lot of that in the women's game.
And right here, both her visits to the line, extremely productive. That is how you earn more playing time. Those are big-time free throws down the last stretch of the third quarter.
This is Huntington's biggest lead, 51-46. Trying to stay healthy over here, Brady, battling a little bit of a cold. The voice is going as we approach the fourth.
You're doing good, Preston.
20 seconds left. Indiana Tech wants to try to grab some momentum. They're down 5, 1-0 on the season. Huntington trying to bounce back from a few tough losses. Jacqueline Cruz will start it. Drives in towards Merritt, goes right to the rim, can't get the roll. Merritt with the rebound. Price back in, doesn't get it off in time. It wouldn't have counted anyways. Huntington with a big third quarter. They outscore the Warriors 22-16. 5-point lead for the final 10 when we come back.
To me, Forester Camp is fellowship.
To me, Forester Camp is like engaging.
To me, Forester Camp was inspiring.
I hoped that I would be able to make more friends who have not really been around much.
How I describe this camp is pretty chill and like fun.
And it's fun too. It's something that like people can be engaged in and have a great time, but also still learn life lessons and lessons about the Bible, kind of see the world from a different perspective.
Fun every single day, and you meet a lot of new people. It's pretty judgment-free because everyone's all in the same boat.
You don't really have anything to lose by coming to the camp. I think a lot of people are scared to take that risk. I could promise you that you wouldn't be bored or not have a good time here.
Something only happens one time in the universe. It never happens exactly the same. So like, you better take your opportunity while you can.
Huntington leads by 5 heading into the final 10 minutes, looking for their first real quality win of the season. A couple of blowout wins to start the year, a couple of tough losses on the road to 2 good opponents. Tonight would be their first marquee win of the season, Brady.
Yeah, this would be a big-time win if they're able to close things out. But in that third quarter, I was very impressed with the execution and the game plan that Darby Maggard's been putting out. I want to give tons of props to her. This is a great team you're playing here. Great team you're playing at home, coming off a couple tough losses. Maggard and the players out on the floor have done a great job responding here, looking to close things out and get a win on the board.
Maggard took the Foresters their first trip to the NAI National Championships since 2015 last year and won the first round game, and Yoakum just continues to back cut Indiana Tech over and over.
Known as a three-point shooter, but has been getting it done inside. Yoakum having a big night.
Three-pointer on its way. That's off the mark, and Raby's going to be called for a foul, I should say. On the rebound, goalie was going for it.
I talked about the boxing out, just got a bit too aggressive right there, Raby. And that's just an unnecessary foul, as there was no one else in the area. HU probably would have been able to pull down that rebound.
Huntington's bigs, Shank and Ravy, both have 11 and 6 tonight. They've dominated the game in a lot of different ways, including some passing as well from the top of the key.
Oh, yeah.
Moore against Shank, backs in, falls away. That is just her go-to move, and she is awfully tough to stop.
That's good D, better O right there. Shank did a good job playing defense without fouling Moore, but she's been so great on that little 7-foot jump shot.
There's another pass, as that one's way off the mark by Hartsoe. Another good look for Huntington from downtown. Just cannot knock down some of these jump shots. Moore right back to work. 15-footer in transition is no good.
I don't think that's a look right there, Moore. She's been hot from the mid-range so far tonight, but I feel like you can work a little further in the shot clock and maybe get a better shot than that.
Lev Raby again, top of the key, handoff Yoakum, who's done most of her work inside. Maybe got away with a push. It's a 3 in the corner. Still nothing happening from downtown.
Yoakum looked a little confused right there, had her defender stumbling, maybe got away with a push, but got to dish that thing out fast as Moore just getting whatever she wants inside.
It's a timeout for Coach Biggs. If I'm correct, this usually will be the floating media timeout, but it looks like, yeah, it will go to a media timeout. Just wanted to confirm that. We'll come right back in just a few minutes. 53-50 Foresters.
To me, Forester Camps is definitely a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
Telling.
Something that everybody can find something that interests them.
A space to learn new things in a safe environment.
To me, Forester Camps is getting to be a home away from home, I guess. You learn a lot here and you learn it well.
I plan on being an author once I'm done with college, so this seemed like a really fun opportunity for me.
It was just glad to meet new people in general and just kind of enjoy the workshop and just take away what I can from it and make myself a better writer.
That whole thing about how to write for musicals, I'd never even thought of that before, but that was awesome.
.8:31 left in the game. It's 53-50 Foresters, but it's been a nice little run here for Indiana Tech. And again, goes right back to Ryan Moore from Warren, Michigan. Transfer from Concordia. She's doing some really good things in her first 2 games as a Warrior.
Yeah, she's sort of taking the offense into her own hands, realizes that she can sort of get to the rim at will, and she's been exploiting that here in this 4th quarter.
Yoakum finds Raby on the block, and she traveled. And it's a turnover back to Indiana Tech.
I just got a feeling that that's a possession that you're going to want back for HU. Only up by 3, have not had a comfortable lead all night. Chance to go up by 2 possessions. Now Indiana Tech gets the ball right back.
Goalie finds Vice. It's back to Moore, who's looking at that jump shot. Jab step, back to goalie. Covington looking for an option. Price, a great job, the freshman, blocking up the All-American. Goalie lost it. It didn't seem to be tipped. It leads to a layup, offensive rebound, and a 3-point opportunity. I'd like to see that last replay there. Maybe the whole play, if possible, to see if the ball was tipped away from the Indiana Tech player, because if not, that's a travel or a double dribble.
Yeah, but that's just a back-breaking play. The result, that's going to be on the floor right now. Sheets, we talked about it, maybe going up a little harder with some of those fouls. It comes back to bite you right there as Indiana Tech ties things up.
Collins has a free throw make. It's 53-53, less than 8 minutes left. Maybe face up, looking for a cutter. Nelson went through the lane. Now Liv backs her way to the basket and scores another one on the right side.
That back to the basket game is so good by Liv Raby. She's been doing well playing on the perimeter there. Gets into goalie for a little spin move off glass. Easy 2.
He leads the way with 13. Three players, I should say, for the Foresters in double digits. Right to the hand, Covington had it stolen by Price. Nelson picks up the loose ball.
Price hasn't been asked to score the ball too much tonight, but has done an excellent job defending.
Right on cue goes left hand, and somehow that one doesn't fall. It keeps it a 2-point game.
Everything but the bucket right there. Great take and a great sign by Price. She will be a fantastic player one day.
Covington, 15-foot shot. These rims are not so friendly here tonight as that rolls off. Raby has her 7th rebound.
I would agree, Preston.
Price spins this time, keeps that foot down, and finally gets one to drop in, her first 2.
The freshman working by herself gets a tough 2 to go.
Goalie stops and shoots a little floating jump shot. That has been the Bigs' best part of their game tonight for Indiana Tech. That little 4-foot jump shot almost, as a foul is called on Collins. That is the first on Indiana Tech here in the 4th. Here's a replay.
It sort of feels like a boxing match right now, Preston. Each team, every time they land a punch, the opponent punches right back. Neither team having the advantage. I got a feeling this one's going to come down to the wire.
It did the last time we were in this gym between these two teams. It went into overtime. That was a lot of these now star players for HU, their freshman year. They're trying to get over the top and beat Indiana Tech for the first time in their careers. Sheets had an opening, will drive to her right, and she's got another foul called on Collins, 2 straight on Indiana Tech.
She has been one of the best at driving to the rim for this HU squad. She is so quick and so dangerous in the triple option. She gets on opponent's hips and forces contact, and more often than not, finishes through it.
Raby missed one right in front of the rim. It's definitely one she'd like to have back. Goalie crosses over, goes to her right hand. It's knocked away, and the Foresters push it ahead. Sheets swings it to Yoakum again. Raby trying to dive on the floor and keeps possession. Sheets drives in, had a lane to go all the way to the hoop, but shot a jump shot and a couple of misses right in front of the rim for the Foresters.
Sort of a weird possession right there. You can start to feel the energy changing here in Platt Arena as a mental error by Sheets prevents the bucket.
Goalie looking for Covington. Price chasing her around. She missed again, having a tough night from the field.
HU, good opportunity right here. They're gonna slow things down. Price is here in the play from Coach Darby Maggard.
Price steps back and fires a triple. Maybe not the advised shot on that possession. Up 2, under 5 minutes left.
Yeah, Price has not been great scoring the ball tonight. We know she has the ability, but maybe not your night shooting it. No need to take that shot that early in the shot clock.
Moore drives and is fouled by Nelson, and it's more free throws for her as Ryan will step back to the stripe, and that will send us to our last media timeout of the night. When we come back, Moore can cut it to 1 or tie the game on the FTN Sports Network.
At nursing camp, we learned a lot and had a lot of fun at the same time.
I've always wanted to be a nurse since I was a kid because my mom and grandma were nurses.
So I felt really behind and scared to be majoring in nursing. The professors really make sure that you feel welcome and that you are really understanding what you're getting into if you do join. My favorite part, I think, was going to the research center. We got to practice CPR.
I thought I would come here and not know, talk to anybody. But first day, it was oh, I already had a whole group of friends.
I would describe nursing camp as super fun, but also super educational. They took the education process and made it fun. Everybody's gonna make you feel welcome, and you're really gonna have a good time.
Back in Platt Arena for the final 4:39. The fans all sticking around, and they should be tonight. It's a close one, Brady. Back and forth. We've gone here in the 3rd and 4th quarter. Huntington has held the lead for a long time, just unable to stretch it, though, and you hope that that doesn't come back to bite this young team because Indiana Tech, they're experienced, and they know how to win because they've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, HU has had a lot of opportunities in this 4th quarter to extend their lead, get out 2 possessions, 3 possessions. They've just not been able to get the job done. And you are right, in these types of situations, experience is key. There is some experience on the floor with Raby, Shanks, a sophomore, Nelson Jr., but a young team down the stretch. This is where you sort of earn your stripes.
Moore is now 1 for 7 from the free throw line. 2 for 9 as a team. Make it 3 for 10 now. That time Moore, that looked much more fluid. Just put it on the floor once and in, and it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, maybe didn't think about it too much. Sort of a line drive right there, ends the trip 1 for 2.
Huntington's got a young point guard in Kendra Sheets, who's really in the starting role for the first time in her collegiate career this season. Got to take care of the ball. Price, another freshman who's got it now. Allison drives hard to her right. She is fouled, and they're going to say it was on the floor. And the foul is on Durbin Thomas, so it'll just be Huntington's ball underneath their own basket.
Price is a freshman, but she handles the ball so well. Just seems so confident in that situation.
Nelson had Raby open. Instead, she calls her own number, and it was the right number, and she's really stepped it up in this second half.
She's been so good, yeah, as you mentioned, in the second half, offensively, defensively. She's doing a good job neutralizing Moore here as of late.
Backdoor cut. Covington kind of did what Huntington's been doing all night to Indiana Tech, gets the freshman sleeping.
Great job by Moore right there. Almost a no-look pass, hits her right in stride on the bounce.
Huntington hanging on to a 1-point lead. Looking for the cutter, Nelson again. Sheets uses a screen from Liv Raby. Pulls it back. Here's Shank, who's had a great night. Goes straight to the rim again.
Addie Shank, not usually called upon to score as much, but has done a great job here tonight. That time with a head of steam, gets a contested 2 to go.
Nelson trying to stay straight up. Excellent defense by Annika. You called it during the break. They've started to go to her on Moore.
She's done a great job. Haven't called Moore's name as much here lately.
Shank recollects and scores. She has dominated facets of this game tonight.
HU out to their biggest lead of the game, up by 5. Be a big-time stop right here.
Covington, the All-American, steps back and is fouled. She was unable to land, and she will get free throws.
Covington calling her own number right there. We talked about all her accolades pregame. Hasn't had the night that she wanted, but still in these situations, you go to your senior to take that kind of shot. Doesn't get it to go, but she's shooting 2.
So I think they called it on Liv Raby. Can we show that replay one more time and see? Was that on Liv Raby? I thought it was Price guarding the ball.
I think it was Price because she did not have any landing room. I would assume.
Yeah, this shouldn't be on Liv Raby.
Yeah, Raby's down in the paint. Yeah. They're going to talk it over.
This is going to be very quickly overturned. That's Allison Price. We're going to send it to a break. The refs are going to come look at it. When we come back, we'll have an answer for you. Huntington up 5.
We were shooting a film yesterday, had a camper who had never done anything with sound before. She did one little workshop, took about an hour and a half, and by the end of the workshop, she was feeling a lot more confident. She showed up on set, and she's running boom, and she's recording on the field recorder. She's just elated by how much fun she's having. Every camper that comes through ends up making like between 2 and 4 projects throughout just 1 week. It's unbelievably cool.
Yeah, it was very cool to actually hold a camera that they use to make films, which I always wanted to do.
We designed the character that we would be animating in Toon Boom on Photoshop, and I fell in love with Photoshop in ways I've never thought I would.
Honestly, all of the professors and the directors and teachers are so gifted in their craft, pretty much masters of what they do.
So the foul is not on Liv Raby. It'll go on 32, Allison Price. So for good news for the Foresters, Raby only has 2 now, and Price has 3. You can see it here. Price was the one guarding the ball, and she just didn't give enough room for Covington on the jump shot to land, but Covington can't make it pay at the free throw line. It has just been so tough, both from 3 and the free throw line for Indiana Tech.
Yeah, Platte Arena might just be a tough place to shoot free throws. Seems like every team that comes in here has trouble shooting from the line.
5 of 13 now from the free throw line for Indiana Tech. Looking for Liv Raby inside as Kendra Sheets. Back to Shank, who's 7 of 8 from the field. Huntington can use some clock here, up 4, but wants to get a good look off. 2:40 left in the game. Raby able to hop out of the post. She's got it back, thought about a 3, drives in, goes off glass, left it short.
Had a chance right there. Goalie sort of bit on that pump fake. Had her on her hip. Raby would have loved to knock that one down.
Huntington nearly right down the middle, 21 of 51 tonight, 25 of 51 tonight. Covington shoots and is off the mark again. Her woeful shooting has been surprising. Now 6 of 23 from the field.
Yeah, now's not the time to try to shoot yourself out of a slump. That is not the shot in that situation. I feel like you can swing it, set a couple screens, get a better look than a fading away contested 2.
Sheets drives to her left. Nelson, who's had a big second half, will find Kendra, fires from the corner. That one's off the mark again. Huntington still not shooting it well from 3. Haven't really even taken that many here in the second half.
No, and they still have the lead, which speaks a lot to the ability and how well their bigs been playing tonight.
More off the mark as it's another rebound for Raby. I think that was number 10. If our live stats up on the board are correct, that's another double-double for Liv. She's got 13 and 10. Shank finds Liv. Raby goes to the left. She misses again, and it's another rebound as Huntington tries to push back defensively in transition.
Putting a lot of pressure on this defense to get stops. 2 straight possessions with no points for HU.
Price does an excellent job against Covington again and then pulls down the miss.
A bump but no whistle, letting the players play late stages of this game.
At this point, Huntington can really take care of the basketball. They don't have to force up a shot, and you're getting a possession or 2 away from Indiana Tech having to foul.
Yeah, and HU, this is a situation where, like you said, you can hold the basketball, take some time off of the clock. But this is another, HU has not shot it too well from 3, but if you can drop a play, get a cutter going towards the basket, or even better, get an open look from 3. Kendra Sheets has had a couple looks and made a couple in the corner. Interested to see what Darby Maggard draws up here coming out of this timeout.
Darby Maggard trying to get another ranked win. This team, the first time around when they were freshmen, they couldn't get over the hump against some of their ranked opponents. And that's something I talked to with Coach Maggard about. As you see the new president, Dr. Pepper, in attendance tonight. It's a great crowd here at this women's basketball game in Platte Arena. But she talked about that. I said, what happens now as juniors? You always expect to win, but when this group is freshmen, I should say, you don't expect them to always squeak out these close games because they're young, they're playing college basketball. Now, she says, as juniors, we expect them to win these close games, and they have to do that to compete in the Crossroads League and against number 17 Indiana Tech tonight.
They got a chance here, up by 4. Chance for a dagger.
Sheets drives to her left. They're trying to double out of the break. Liv will just work quick and goes too quick with the shot. Still 15 on the shot clock.
Yeah, not the look you want right there. Raby missed 3 straight from inside.
It's a foul on the floor, but man, that just something that we were talking about. You know, as freshmen, maybe you expect that mistake. But Liv, who's been so good tonight and so good in her career, so it looks like Indiana Tech is in the bonus, so that's why they're shooting free throws. It's not a shooting foul, or is back to the line. But what I was saying is, we could take 15 more seconds off. You could be looking at 30 seconds left in this game.
Yeah, just a mistake that you wouldn't expect Raby to make at this point in her career. She's had it working down low against Scully, but now she's missed 3 straight. You've got to be looking somewhere else, I would think, coming up on this next possession.
Moore misses both again, and Huntington rebounds it. They call timeout, and they move it up to half court. Moore again, an empty trip from the line. Now 2 of 10 from the free throw line. If Huntington wins, that's going to be one of the big differences.
You gotta make your free throws. It's as simple as that. It's easy for me to say, sitting with a headset on the sideline, that's a big spot. But more, and Indiana Tech, as a whole for that matter, have really struggled to shoot the free throw shot. And that's the reason why they're down, to be quite frank. They're only down by 4. If you make about half of your free throws, you're looking at a lead, you're looking at a close game. Not that it isn't a close game right now, but Tech would be in a much better position if they were able to knock down free throws more consistently, and they haven't been able to do that here tonight.
Yeah, one of my favorite former Huntington University guards texts me, Jeff Shepard. Of course, his daughter, Izzy Shepard, on the women's team, trying to get healthy. They're hoping maybe around Christmas to get her back on the court. But he is singing the praises to Kendra Sheets. She has been guarded very tough all night. This is something an old basketball player guard would notice. 94 feet of pressure. She's handled it well. She's not had the big night scoring, but this is what Coach Maggard needed to see out of her team, handling that pressure and doing it well, and that's what Sheets has done tonight. She's got it again, works through a double team, and finds Yoakum, who's an excellent free throw shooter. Huntington does not have to shoot this basketball for at least 20 seconds, and they're gonna foul Liv Raby.
I think that's what Coach Biggs talked about. They're gonna swing the rock, but as soon as Raby touches it, you gotta foul probably the person that Indiana Tech wants at the line in this situation. Not quite in the bonus yet, but next foul will take them there.
Jeff is watching, but I'm sure Betty is as well. Don't want to forget about her. Jeff's wife watching most of these games. Pass goes to Sheets as she catches right at half court. Double coming, and Covington kind of bailed Sheets out there because she was heading towards the sideline, almost like 3 defenders being around her. And now Sheets has 2 free throws and a chance to extend Huntington's biggest lead of the night.
Yeah, she was sort of dribbling herself almost out of bounds and into a trap, but Sheets has been so outstanding handling the ball. She has some big shoes to fill with Gabi Melby leaving last year. She was the primary ball handler. But Sheets has done an excellent job as she knocks down a big-time free throw.
Rattles that first one in, now just 2 for 3 on the night. Another big one on its way to make it a 2-possession game. I guess it's already a 2-possession game, but she does make both. Huntington up 6, 26 seconds left. Indiana Tech will move it to half court. Now the Foresters can feel it with less than 30 seconds left in this one.
We just talked about it, but this game has been won and lost at the free throw line. HU has been outstanding from the line. You don't see that too often in NAIA or any level for that matter. This team's being this consistent from the free throw line and being that stone cold in the clutch. Kendra Sheets, can't say enough. Big time spot, huge chance, knocking down both those free throws.
Huntington has taken pretty good care of the basketball, but yeah, the free throws is what's going to end up being the difference in this game. Going back on Sheets and how much work she has had tonight. She's just 3 of 10 from the field. She's played 37 minutes, 3 turnovers, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 10 points, 4 Foresters in double digits. Shank has been unbelievable, 7 of 8, 15 and 8, 2 assists, a steal, just 1 turnover in 22 minutes. Awfully efficient by a couple of these sophomores.
And really fun to watch her here tonight, but now HU's pressure on. Got to come up with a big-time stop.
Left side, the best shooter on the team so far, Richie travels. And 23.4 seconds left. It's Foresters basketball. And again, Coach Maggard can call a timeout and move this ball past half court. Wait to see if it's a full or 30. It looks like it's a 30, so we'll just keep it here. And Huntington now can just play the free throw game the rest of the way.
Yeah, it becomes a free throw shooting contest for the rest of the way, which HU has won throughout the remainder of this game, but Gabby Ritchie, just a huge turnover right there. Took 1 too many steps, and that might do it. Indiana Tech down by 6 here with 23.4 left to go.
Huntington on the night has turned it over 15 times, and they're still winning. The most amazing part about that is they're also shooting 3 of 13 from outside the three-point line. So you've got 2 things going against them. They usually take decent care of the basketball. They usually shoot the lights out of it and shoot a ton of threes. Neither one of those going their way tonight, and they're still beating a top 20 team. It's extremely impressive, and it's a much better effort than what we saw in Kentucky for the 2 games against Lindsey Wilson and the Cumberlands.
A lot of that credit goes to Darby Maggard. She put together a fantastic game plan, and her players are executing it well.
Sheets has it again. She's fouled again. And now Indiana Tech is just trying to extend this game as long as possible. I just need to get home and take some Mucinex, Brady. I've got a busy weekend on FTN Sports.
Yeah, Preston, I know you're working through some sickness, but you have done a fantastic job here calling a potential upset here in Platte Arena.
Brady, it's always good to have you along for the ride as Sheets knocks it in. She's now 4 of 5 from there tonight. Coming up clutch down the stretch. Indiana Tech can call one more timeout and advance the ball at the half court. Sheets, another perfect pair. Coach Biggs uses her last 30-second timeout. And with 22.3 seconds left, Huntington, their largest lead, and a good time to have it with 22 seconds remaining in the game.
I know it doesn't seem like much, but Kendra Sheets just having the ice in the veins right there. Last year's team, you probably don't see stuff like that. This young group has really excelled at the line, doing the little things right. That has really made the difference here. And there's just, like you mentioned, they have not taken great care of the basketball. They're not shooting great from 3. They've really played well inside, and they've shot well from the free throw line. You do the little things right, you find yourself with an 8-point lead against a really good team here at home.
I've got my immature high school brother behind me, excited that the Foresters just hit 67.
Oh boy.
I don't even get it. I really don't. I don't understand it. But the kids like it, and right now, the Forester fans like it because it's 67-59 Foresters. Warriors going to have to pull off a miracle here in Platte Arena. Lob, great set there, and an easy bucket for Moore. And again, Darby's going to advance the ball. This is something that the women's basketball side has gone to a couple of years ago. It's almost like the NBA. You can call a timeout, advance it into the front court, and it extends the game because most of the coaches keep all of their timeouts. We need a timeout. There's 20.8 seconds left. It's a full timeout. We'll take our last commercial break of the night. We'll be right back to see if the Foresters can finish out the upset.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Back in Platte Arena, here's the stats tonight. Huntington 25 of 54 equals 46.3%. Just 3 of 13 from downtown, 15 turnovers. Big difference here though, 14 of 17 from the free throw line. Indiana Tech, I mean, they've made more field goals. It just comes down to their inability to knock in free throws as it's last touched by Indiana Tech. I think Huntington will hold on to it. Coach Biggs thought about using her challenge, which she still has left, but she only has the one timeout left as well. And now Raby's fouled and will head to the free throw line.
Goalie, not an instant foul right there. A bit confused. HU gets to take 2 seconds extra off the clock.
Raby gets goalie's 4th personal foul called on her. And Raby, who's got 13 tonight, knocks in her 14th. She's now 4 of 5 from the free throw line tonight.
We talked about it last season. A big strength of hers, Liv Raby, was her efficiency at the free throw line as she ends that visit 2 for 2.
Raby's been very good from there tonight. 16 of 19 for the Foresters. An illegal screen is called. And now you think Coach Biggs might call off the Dogs. Her team down 8 points with 12 seconds left. Huntington's going to come away with their first ranked win of the season. The men's team did it on Saturday, Brady, for us. The women's team did it now. 2 really quality wins. Huntington right back on track here in their home arena, and they're now 3-0 in the Platte this season.
There's a lot of question marks going into this game with how this young team was going to respond after losing 2 straight, and I guess we have our answer. Darby Maggard's group responds with grit and gets right back on the horse with a decisive win over the number 17 ranked Indiana Tech Warriors. Big time win here.
Huntington is led by Shank and Raby, 15 and 15 for both. Shank had 8 rebounds, was 7 of 8 from the field, and Raby collected 10 rebounds. She shot 5 of 11. Those 2 played a lot of minutes together for the first time this season. It's kind of been a work in progress. The most important part, keeping those 2 out of foul trouble, and when they are on the court, they are so good at dominating the painted area. That's exactly what Huntington did tonight.
Yeah, talked about it pregame. Liv Raby has had some trouble with fouls in the past to start this season, but she really did a good job playing quality defense without fouling, which gave HU the privilege to have 2 greats out on the floor at the same time, not having to sub one out for the other, and it worked extremely well. I think that's very encouraging for this young group, and it gives Darby Maggard different options. You can't play 2 bigs on the same floor. Raby and Shank work very well together.
So we will await Coach Maggard to come over. Preston Husband and Brady Gallo, our crew, has done a phenomenal job tonight covering everything. I'm the only non-student on this broadcast, so these Huntington University students have just been excellent. Some of the best camera work and replay we've seen all year long, graphics right on it. It was another fun one. It's always nice when Huntington puts the cherry on top with a ranked win.
We've seen it twice now, the men's basketball, now the women's basketball, getting the job done, ranked wins at home. And we talked about it, protecting your home court. HU basketball defends Platte Arena here tonight.
Coach Maggard will join us here in just a second. She's heading over, getting a few hugs from some Forester faithfuls. If we can just get her over here to talk with us, I think she's going to be pretty happy, as she needs to be instructed. You're going to be on camera right here, just so you know.
My voice is a little rough today. You know, I was yelling a little bit too much there, Preston.
Mine's just rough because I'm struggling with a little bit of a cold. You guys came out. You turned the ball over a lot.
Yeah, we did.
You shot it poorly from 3, but you still found a way to beat the number 17 ranked team in the country. How'd you do that tonight?
I think it is a testament to like our defensive side of the ball. I think we were really locked into our game plan. Obviously, you know, number 3, Taylor Covington, she's a phenomenal player. And tonight I thought our kids, whoever was on her, did a great job, but also we were loaded to her a little bit. And I thought we did a really good job of executing our game plan. And then honestly, we've got kids that'll step up, right? Like Addie had 15, Liv had 15, Kendra had 12, Kendall had 11. Like, it's a very balanced scoring attack for us, which honestly it makes it really hard to guard because we've got a bunch of threats on the floor.
No one likes to lose, but the first thing you text me this week, Kentucky was good for us. We took 2 tough losses against 2 ranked opponents, and you told me you wanted to work on handling pressure, defensive rebounding, staying out of foul trouble.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you guys kind of did tonight. The offensive rebounds came early for Indiana Tech, but man, I thought Kendra Sheets handled the pressure well, and your guards took care of business down the stretch.
Kendra is so under control. She does such a good job of like getting the ball, getting us in our offense, and like is just very steady. Especially like she just comes in every single day, ready to lead her team and ready to get us into whatever we need to do. So I'm really, really proud of her. And then, like Kentucky was good for us. At the end of the day, like I don't like to lose.
Right.
We don't like to lose. Our girls don't like to lose. But if you use it for the better, you know, if you use it to learn and grow, then at some point, like it's gonna be worthwhile. And so we don't want to go down there and just hang our heads. We've got more work to do.
I've got one more for you if you've got the time.
Oh yeah.
Before my voice runs out, and so does yours. You had a lot of games like this against ranked teams and quality teams your first year with this group. I asked you before the season, you didn't necessarily always expect to win those games when they're freshmen. You do now.
Yeah.
How have you seen your team build when they're playing these ranked and quality teams to come away with big wins now in season 4?
Yeah, I think, well, they have a little bit more experience in these games. You know, they've played. Now we've got a bunch of juniors on the floor who have played in these games, and quite honestly, they step onto the floor and expect to win.
Yep.
They expect to win, and that's what we want, because they work their tails off every day in practice, and they practice to win, right? And so it's always good early to get one of these games where obviously Indiana Tech is a phenomenal basketball program. They're really well coached, and for us to come in and execute down the stretch, I think is really, really good. We've still, and even though we won, right? Like, even though we won, we still have a ton of things that we need to work on as a team. And it's good for our kids to get one of those wins so that they know as they move forward that they deserve to be on this floor. They deserve to play in a game like this, and they deserve to win a game like this.
Guys are on the road this weekend. Good luck there. I'll see you tomorrow around 12 for some hot tea. We can get our voices ready to go, all right?
I love it.
Congrats
Thanks,
on the win, Darby.
Thank you.
Put Brady back on the headset here following a win over number 17 Indiana Tech. It was a fun one, Brady. It wasn't the most crisp Forrester team we've seen, but it's the best win of the season for sure.
Yeah, best win of the season, and in my opinion, so encouraging, because we talked about the identity of this team. They're a three-point shooting team. They love to air it out. Not really known for their play down low, but that's where they excelled. I think that's a great sign. Means that you're going to have a lot of options, a lot of different ways to beat teams. Really excited about this team for the rest of the year. Certainly a big-time win here in Platt Arena tonight.
Huntington does an excellent job here tonight, coming away with their first ranked win of the season. Want to give a shout out to our crew. We're going to run through everyone really quick. Our team leads Emmy Malone, Jonathan Peters, Tiana Tran, first time tonight producing, I believe, did an excellent job keeping us on track, as hard as that is. Luke Vanden, I always struggle with this. Vandenventer? Nope, that's not right. We're not going to try it. Luke, I'm sorry. I know who you are. Amanda Harrington, Riley Hockey, Carter Vandermeer, Brady Gallo next to me, Emily Karcher, Connor Stacy, Maya Martinez, Carrick O'Malley, Bryant Faustino Ramirez, Jaden Woods on the in camera, and Lanu Cantu as well. Those are all our excellent student-run positions here at Huntington University. You can see a lot more of them this weekend. We've got the Ness brothers starting at 6 o'clock. It's Huntington and number 12 Pikeville on the men's side, and then we'll have more men's basketball. Huntington and Spartansburg Methodist on Saturday, and Crossroads League volleyball action on FDN Sports. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for our crew. God bless, and we'll see you on Friday night.